will be. But first, a quick commercial break.
Isn't life wonderful when everything worth doing is scheduled? Hitting the stop button on your alarm just in time for your morning jog. That happy moment listening to your baby's heartbeat at the doctor's office. Or an arranged virtual meeting with that big client.
Buy airtime ahead of time with scheduled airtime service on MTN Momo. You can schedule your airtime purchase of any amount daily, weekly, or monthly by dialing *170# option 3 and follow the process. Or simply dial *170*311# for a superb airtime purchase experience. You enjoy 100% bonus airtime anytime you recharge yourself with MTN Momo. Keep on talking with that 100% feeling. So, what are we doing today?
MTN.
Son, we are so proud of you for setting up this hospital. I really love those hospital beds and waiting chairs. By the way, did you import them?
No, Dad, I didn't. I actually got them from Kindle Books and Stationery right here in Ghana.
Wow. We also bought our office supplies, safes, executive desks and chairs from Kingdom, and they gave us expert advice on how to set up our office.
Guys, that makes 3 of us. I also got our sofa and bedroom sets, plus our dining hall furniture for our new home from Kingdom.
Wow, Mom, that makes 4 of us. I usually get my stationery items from Kingdom. And my teacher also mentioned that our classroom furniture was provided by Kingdom.
So there you have it. Whenever you're thinking about setting up an office or acquiring furniture for your home, etc., Kingdom Books and Stationery should be your first point of call. With over 40 years' experience in the industry, we stock and supply a wide variety of globally sourced office and home furniture, stationery, and equipment. Visit our head office, Osu Akwaje, or our office near the Osu Stadium. We're also in Tema Committee 1, opposite Olam SHS, Kumasi KNUST campus, UCC Cape Coast, and now at the Marina Mall, Airport City. Or call us 0302-764101, 764209, or 762792. Visit our website, www.kingdomgh.com.
Joy 99.7 FM.
And of course, to you on Hits 103.9 FM as we bring you Inter Milan up against AC Milan in a very, very special second leg of the UEFA Champions League semi-final. And everything has built up nicely. We've done 2 minutes and 11 seconds already. Our commentary is brought to you by Azar Paints. Since 1921, and they're carrying us all the way through. A big thank you to all of you who are joining us as well at Bayview, where the rest of the Joy Sports team is, but we're making sure that we're giving you everything that you need in terms of describing the action. Aaron Sakaya is here with me, and Aaron, all what we have seen today, apart the interesting, should I say, guys who have come in to start today, like Zhao, Messiahs getting back in. What has that really got to say about the game?
Well, it promises to be a good one.
Yes, I know. You just stopped there because it was a very, very good shot coming in there, from Edin Dzeko, who looked like scoring the first goal tonight.
Definitely. This promises to be a good one, as I said. AC Milan making a few changes to last week's 11. This promises to be a good game because AC Milan have a very big mountain to climb, although we said before the game a 2-0 lead can very quickly become a 2-2 on aggregate because this Champions League tie is very, very, very important, especially because of the rivalry between the two.
And we'll see how all of that pans out. Inzaghi, the head coach of, Internazionale, is already screaming out instructions and is looking very, very good already. Whilst the ball comes in for McNann. It's gone up there to the young man who gets to start today for AC Milan, Zhao. The German with a pass out there, quickly hit out again by his goalkeeper, all the way into the Inter Milan half. Ball is handled very, very well. He tried to run through it, has been taken out, and is rolled over out there. So much coming into this game, so much really in terms of where this is going to be turning out. The last time Internazionale made it to the final of the UEFA Champions League was back in 2010. They managed to win that against Bayern Munich. And the last time AC Milan made it to the final, obviously, was back in 2007 when they beat Liverpool in a bit of a revenge after they lost out to Liverpool in the final in Istanbul in 2005. Can they reach Istanbul again? That's the question. But already it's 2-0 the first leg, and they're looking to turn things around. 4 minutes and 17 seconds standing here. AC Milan, obviously, in their red and black, playing at the San Siro. Beautiful shot straight and goes above everybody. Goalkeeper Onana's rooted to the spot, really. This wasn't going to be affecting him in any way. But, of course, huge history. Between the two sides, they've won the Champions League 10 times, obviously. But an entirely different game we're looking at tonight.
Entirely different in terms of the personnel, obviously. Back in 2010 and 2007, respectively. We had the likes of Samuel Eto'o, Zanetti, we had Milito. On AC Milan side, we had leaders like Maldini, we had Inzaghi, we had Kaká, we had so many legendary players. So in terms of the differences between those teams and the teams today, maybe younger teams, quite a bit of experience on both teams as well. So that will definitely count.
Ball goes out to the right-hand side. Internazionale try to keep this so tight. And that ball has been laid nicely all the way back to Bastoni. It's been released heavily, and then he'll look to try and set it out. Acerbi with the ball to Barella. Back to Acerbi. And they're playing in the blue and the black from left to right at the San Siro. You can call it the Gyöpen Mirza, named after a man who won the World Cup twice, also played for Internazionale and AC Milan. This was back in 1980. It's been a very, very good ground, hosting about 4 European Cup finals, heavy ones as well, including World Cups in 1934 and 1990. So it's a very, very big ground, and they love to share it. The rivals love to share it as the ball goes into Tomori. Tomori hits that out to Hernandez. Hernandez with it for AC Milan, hands it over to Rafael Leao, who's expected to do some wonders. It's up to 12 goals already this season. That's more than what he did last season, and indeed he is the second high scoring Portuguese in the Italian Serie A. Guess after who? Just like Cristiano Ronaldo. In a short time, which back out there in the Juventus. But obviously, he's expected to show a lot here. Was he very missed in the first leg?
Absolutely, he is their talisman. If there's one person AC Milan's looking to create something out of nothing, or to score a very important goal, or to give an important assist, it's definitely Rafael Leao. So we don't know how fit he is for today. We don't know if he's still carrying that injury, and maybe he's been thrown onto the pitch a bit prematurely, but today he's definitely going to be very important for AC Milan.
It's a big question, big one there. 6 minutes and 40 seconds. If you're joining us, there are no goals to tell you about. Hernandez switches down to the right-hand side, finds his goalkeeper, Magnan. He hits a big one out there, and it's straight into the centre circle. Heads go up, a little bit of a push. Çalhanoğlu, who knows a lot about AC Milan, play there, score some goals for them. Another shot coming in there. This time was going nowhere. That Barella was looking over it, and he can pull a lot here. Part of that team, an important cog of that Italian team that won the Euros here in England, and he hasn't looked back since.
Absolutely, Barella's been in absolute fantastic form with Inter Milan, winning the league as well with them, and he's interested quite the likes of big clubs in Europe. Whether he's going to leave, that's going to be another question, but he's definitely interested the likes of big sides in Europe. Barella and even others, Italian players in both teams actually have played really well in the Euros, and this might be a shop window for any of them, really.
You're live on Hits 103.9 FM, Joy 99.7 FM, on a number of affiliates across the country, around the world, at myjoyonline.com. We did not quite think he was going to make it today. Messias is on the pitch tonight, and getting to play his bit just shows you the kind of pressure they have been under to ensure things have just been sorted out. AC Milan, having to pull Rafael Leao and also make sure that Messias himself was in as well, because they know that they have to show up tonight or forget it.
Absolutely, AC Milan have to show up, and a very interesting few scenes that we've seen over the past weekend and yesterday, 2 days ago as well. Actually, today they were sent off by the ultras of AC Milan, sending them all their support, and after their quite surprising defeat on the weekend against Spezia away 2-0, the team actually went to the away section and had a conversation with the ultras, who showed how disappointed they were about this defeat. So maybe that type of conversation gave them a bit of motivation for tonight.
Maybe they can find something here. Tonali with the ball into the penalty box there. Latched onto it nicely. Brahim Diaz was looking to get over it. Rafael Leao, the Portuguese, with it outside the 18-yard box for AC Milan. Turns nicely. 9 minutes if you're joining us. No goals to tell you about. The former Chelsea man Tomori with a pass out there down to the right-hand side. It's been taken by Calabria. And he turns out and he's making another run as they try to keep it here inside the... I feel we're told we're close to 79,000 hits in the 80,000 block already. This is the biggest stadium inside Italy, and certainly one of the largest across Europe. definitely. The pass has come back to Rafa Leao. Leao turned out. He's kept it very, very close to the near touchline, looking for the next pass. That pass goes in beautifully. It was touched nicely there by Giroud. Was looking to turn over that, but taking over again. And very well, DiMarco turns out. The pass gone back out to the right-hand side as they try to set themselves here. AC Milan are looking for the first goal. Maybe the tonic they need somehow. Nana had been forced out of his area, and they were looking for the follow-up header. That didn't quite come. Olivier Giroud is applauding, and there's a bit of great noise coming in from the AC Milan side of things here. But that was a good incursion.
Very good first opportunity, and I feel like this is not the last time we're going to see this. Crosses into the box to find the big man up front, Olivier Giroud. Very well-weighted cross by Messias to find Giroud in the box. Unfortunately, as he heads it back into the small area inside the box, he finds no one, and it's a corner for AC Milan.
Corner kick on the way. AC Milan, Tonali standing over it. 10 minutes live on Joy 99.7 FM, also live on Hits 103.9 FM. Here's the second leg of the first semi-final for us this week. Tomorrow we come your way with Manchester City versus Real Madrid. That will be another cracker, and the Joy Sports team has got you covered. Tonali with a hand up, pointing a finger up in the air, indicating what next. Right-footed corner kick into the penalty box, nodded out there, but the very, very tall Dzeko made sure that ball's going nowhere, and it bounces off again. Can they try to bring it up? A big boot of the ball. Referee Clement Turpin is the man in charge of the game from France. I'll tell you a bit about him, but now they're trying to get their way into it. Tonali fighting. It's a wonderful pass into space. Oh, that one could have been a wonderful goal. Just right in
had a second chance again as the Inter Milan players on there to claim very, very foul on Barella, but very good chance again. Ball very well won by Tonali. He gets away from Dumfries. He finds Brahim Diaz in the box, but unfortunately he hits it with his weaker right foot, and Onana has a very, very easy save, to be honest, as we're seeing it again. This should be a goal, really.
Yeah, there should be a goal because he was right in there, just as you made the point. Yeah, a bit of advertisement with that one going down and advertising that particular sprawling save. But anyway, Onana was there to ensure it was going nowhere. Referee Clement Turpin, there's no man to be intimidated on this pitch. They're just checking him in out. Wow, he was the man in charge of the 2022 Champions League final, in charge of the 2021 Europa League final between Villarreal and Manchester United. Of course, you know that the 2022 Champions League final was between Liverpool and Real Madrid. He's been he's handled the UEFA Euro games in 2016 and as well in the 2018 World Cup. So definitely he knows his bit. Started coaching officially or had his badges for UEFA in 2010. So he's been out there and has handled some very, very big games. Even a bit of temptation to me that he's looking like he could handle the final this year as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, big games require big referees. We've seen that so many times in the past. You want experience there. You want someone that can calm the game and command the game, set the pace of the game, and keep everyone calm when needs to be.
See how that goes. Inter Milan obviously coming into this game with a better form over the season. They've looked great. When the two sides met in the league itself, Inter Milan won at home and AC Milan won at home as well. Inter Milan won by 1-0, and AC Milan won by 3-2. Some very, very good goals coming in that day. So yeah, but aside that, the rest of the meetings, Inter Milan has taken proper charge. Ball out to the left hand side. Edin Dzeko over it, takes a dribble away from Tomori, keeps the ball in there, slides a pass nicely to Dumfries. Dumfries hits it back. Barella with a shot back into it, and came off the hand of the goalkeeper of AC Milan. I mean, over his shoulder. That was quite close.
That was an amazing save by Mike Maignan there. He definitely saved his team, and I think, as we're seeing it again, I think Dzeko might be offside there. But that was a very good chance from Inter Milan. One chance, they were free on goal, but they get again. We're seeing it, very strong left hand from the AC Milan goalkeeper.
Mayan did a good job to ensure that he stopped that somehow and sends us into the 14th minute. Commentary on Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9 FM, brought to you by Azar Paints since 1921. Azar Paints, number one. Yetiso Achisa. Obviously, we know that the viewing is ongoing as well today inside Bayview, and we expect you, if you're driving around in town, to join out and watch the game with the Joy Sports team. We'll obviously hear from you at halftime, and it will be important that we go all the way. Yes, we're still on the road tomorrow as we come your way with that big one most of you are looking forward to now. Now the ball, though, is very deep in with Mkhitaryan, who scored a goal as well in the first leg. Ball's gone back out, and you look to draft it in. Now they have a chance to keep it. Bastoni hits it over everybody. Goes straight to the chest of Dumfries. Controls with his left foot. Releases that in again. That's controlled on the chest by Lautaro Martinez, who comes down. Challenge by Tamori. Referee looks over his shoulders and calls for an infringement. And it's just about right that that's done. Well, the next man we're probably going to be talking about is Romelu Lukaku. Well, he may get a chance in the end, but he's been good, because if you look at the statistics from February to now, he's probably had the most goal contributions, 11, one ahead of the likes of Osimhen and Lautaro Martinez.
Yes, absolutely. Him and Martinez had a very good partnership when they last won the league, as we all know. Something that's maybe working in his disadvantage is the fact that he is only on loan. So maybe Inter Milan looking at that and thinking maybe it's not worth starting someone who's not going to be there next season, so they might as well put their hopes on someone who is going to be there next season in Edin Dzeko and maybe Lautaro Martinez as well.
I can understand this is a very complicated, off-season for Romelu Lukaku.
Definitely. He's going to have to make some very important choices as to whether he wants to go back to Chelsea and stay or leave Chelsea and go somewhere else.
It's difficult. Chelsea need a number 9 to hit the ball into the net, obviously. But he has a checkered history with the club.
Yes.
Albeit there's no Thomas Tuchel, that he had a go at everybody in the club, including the fans. He apologized and all, but that's what makes it complicated. And he seems to be enjoying his football in Italy as well.
Absolutely. He said it many times. His best football he's played in his career has been in Italy. So maybe it might be worth looking at, negotiations with Inter Milan to try and make him come back to Italy.
It's a big story if he gets to win the Champions League. I guess even into the final, and they're on course to do that. 15 minutes and 49 seconds. Live on Joy 99.7 FM on Hits 103.9 FM. AC Milan have a corner kick. Tonali right-footed into the penalty box. Heads go up, nodded out there by Dzeko, who sends it all the way back to Mori. He's running over to try and get Di Marco, is giving him all the pressure in the world. But he turned around and found his goalkeeper, Mangao, who is tonight in lime jerseys, of course, with the red and black glow strapped to his hands inside the AC Milan side of the Giuseppe Meazza. Ball pass out there to Zhao, the German, who controls that and goes further out to the far side, and the ball has rolled all the way back again as they try to set themselves and getting Calibres with the ball back in there again. And AC Milan have to control it. Live on Joy 99.7 FM. Tomori controls it, and he turns out and hits with another pass, and it's becoming a bit difficult on how they want to proceed with this. Inter Milan are so cautious, and we're going to be seeing a lot from this. Krunic with the ball out down to the right hand side. Calabres is calling for the ball, didn't quite come to him then. Tomori latches onto that just around the halfway line. Has gone over then to Hernandez with the ball then now into the half of Inter Milan. Leao brings it back to Tomori, and Tomori decides to hit a shot, decides now to go with the left foot to Zhao. Zhao now forced the ball back to the right hand side, and now they've got a chance to run at Inter Milan. Good pass in there, looking for the 1-2. I think Thierry was thinking about other things then. In the end, the ball has gone out to the right hand side. Good turning there by Calabres, takes it away from his man, hits a ball into the penalty box, clearly read again by Barella, who is for me in the last 17 minutes the man of the match, doing it in the box of Inter Milan and in the box of AC Milan as well. Ball comes out, good tackle coming through. Barella's been a great guy.
Absolutely, Barella's been really good, but from what we're seeing in the first 15 to 17 minutes now, it looks like AC Milan's going to have a lot of the ball. They're going to be enjoying a lot of possession, and Inter Milan might have to try and hit them on the break. Maybe, just maybe, the instructions have been to sit deep and defend their block as much as they can for as long as they can, because they are up 2-0, and maybe they're just trying to defend the lead as much as they can.
There we go, 18 minutes, live on Joy 99.7 FM. International have not found the goal yet, and same could be said of AC Milan. They try to get over it. Now it's a huge one there. Remember that you can send us your messages wherever you're listening to us from. We're very happy to read them at halftime via Gary. Of course, we'd also do a bit with a few that come in, obviously, from the spot. Aaron Sakaya is joining me in commentary position as always, and we're making sure that we're painting the right pictures to all of you who are driving at the moment in traffic, and looking over your shoulders and getting in very, very cool and calmly, inside the car. If you can make it to the Bayview, just get in there and join the Joy Sports team there.
Absolutely. Make sure you head over there and enjoy the game tonight. And if you're driving, drive carefully, but enjoy the game as you can as well.
Just to add a bit of information, Bayview Village is right inside, just around Atomic Junction, and you can join us there. Very, very important. So the team is there. Fento, everybody, Nats, Danny Kranting, Sicho, everyone there. Just getting there. Atomic Junction could be a lot of traffic there. So I suggest that you go straight into Bayview Village to watch the game. That will be the best bet. And let's hear from you on what you make of the game. As well, tomorrow we have the Oliver Twist in Latabia Koshi to watch Manchester City versus Real Madrid. Live on Joy 99.7 FM as we continue to build up here. As we expected, it was going to be stodgy. It is.
It is very
tight. Very, very tight.
Yes, as the mark has been flagged for offside. A very tight game so far. Both teams looking for a goal here. AC Milan obviously looking for that first goal to try and get them going, to try and look for that equaliser afterwards maybe. But definitely the upper hand for AC Milan. They're enjoying a lot more possession, as I've mentioned before. And they've created the better chances and more chances so far than Inter Milan.
Yes, mate. The point just coming from Mango. He turns out to the right-hand side. Has to try to keep it nicely. Jowl now there, Calabres with a quick pass deep into it. Look to find Olivier Giroud. Giroud then headed back to Tonali, and then the ball went over to the right-hand side, and it's going to be a throwing 20 minutes, and time is running out. This is just the drill we are talking about. You are down by 2-0. You need that first goal. Give yourself a chance in the game. Don't allow Inter Milan to be very comfortable. It is clear what Inzaghi wants to do. If he's not able to get any goal, or they don't concede any goal, they're very comfortable. They stay back and counter-attack.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you manage to keep the opposing attack quiet in the first half and not concede any goal, you're very much cruising in the second half. But anything can happen in football, of course. On AC Milan's side, the most important thing to do was maybe to try and get a goal in the first 10. If you can't make that happen, try everything you can to get a goal in the first half to be in a good position in the second half.
Rafael Leao with the ball now for AC Milan. Outside the penalty box of Internazionale. Leao hits the ball side-footed that square. Obviously, Calabres is trying to get over it, taken away by the huge man Dzeko, who's been playing a huge part in defence. Tonight, Bastoni with a quick header is taken away by Lautaro Martinez. Martinez with the ball, then quickly running away from 4 of the AC Milan midfielders. He's been hacked down. That's the right word to use. Clement Aprino standing right there and whistled. That was almost close to some UFC or wrestling stuff. He really pushed him over the ball.
Very good action there from Lautaro Martinez. Managed to almost wriggle away there from Theo Hernandez and Tonali and other people that were chasing him. Very good drive of the ball through the centre circle, and he gets taken down by Tonali. Tonali, of course, who's been dubbed at one point the new Pirlo because of the hairstyle, the way of playing, and everything else. Let's see how well he does tonight.
It's not easy when those stars come along, but just as you've made the point, let's see. He's got a bit of time to go in Tonali if he wants to be the real Pirlo. He wants to be the new Pirlo. That's a lot of work to do.
Indeed, yeah.
Especially if you want to be the Pirlo, it's not even about the club football. It's about what you do for the Italian national team.
Absolutely.
This Pirlo was such an iconic figure as well for the Italian national team.
Yes,
and pulled up a number of times. Well, that's all up there. Olivier Giroud as well. How about a new contract for the AC Milan going to 2024? It's amazing how the strikers these days, are proving to us that old wine is good after all. I mean, they are aging well, 35 and playing the best football. Karim Benzema. I mean, you can think about a number of them. It's been really cool.
I think I agree. I think with a lot of that has to do with strikers nowadays being able to take care of their body more than strikers back in the day. I think the technology and the medicine has advanced as well, which allows a lot of strikers to play longer and play more and to show more quality.
That'd be fantastic. Inter Milan just into the box of AC Milan, but excellent tackle to take it away from them. Barella hits the ball into it. Dzeko lays it off. There's a shot that came through but went over the post, and really no problems there, even though Mkhitaryan was looking over it. It's been good. And we were talking about Lautaro Martinez. He has scored 7 goals in his last 8 games in all competition. 16 goals for Internazionale in 2022. In 2023, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. Someone like Lautaro is obviously the marksman for Inter Milan. He's looked at for goals. He's the one they look at when they need a goal and they need a very, very important goal to get the crowd lifted and to get the teammates lifted as well. He's having a very good season so far, obviously coming off the back of winning the World Cup with Argentina as well. So not a bad season at all for Lautaro.
Yeah, my very good friend Kofi Asante, of course, and his wife Nana driving in town and are heading to the Bayview Village. They've just told me they're heading straight to Atomic Junction to go and join the Joy Sports team to watch the game. It's nice. We'll hear from them at halftime on what they make of the game. You haven't told me, though, which side you support.
It's very important to highlight. You have to highlight which side you support.
a bit of an infringement right there. DiMarco, brought down a bit there by Calabres. But we're going to see this battle going on between the two of them down the right-hand side.
Yes, absolutely. I think with DiMarco bombing down up and down the pitch, and we can see Inzaghi there going absolutely mental at the fourth official. With DiMarco going up and down that left-hand side, we're going to see a lot of battles with him, Calabria, and anyone on that right-hand side. So it's going to be... we're going to see some fights down on the left-hand side today.
We'll see how it all goes. Live on Hits 103.9 FM across the country. Got a number of our affiliates. Dumfries with the ball, and he had to be on his feet. And Zhao was able to get it out of the area. It's a corner kick on the way of International.
Yep, Lautaro applauding his teammate there, Dumfries. And I think he could have gone even more. Maybe he could have taken a shot. He chose to go for the pass and try and find his teammate Lautaro, who was in a good position. But it's a corner for Inter Milan.
A big thank you to Azar Paints. Since 1921, making sure they're helping us to bring this commentary to you. They've been sponsoring us all season, and I know they're going to be doing that for the years to come. And a big thank you to DSTV Business, who have made it possible for us to come your way, and the reason why we're able to get to watch all that's happening, especially as well at the Bayview Village. Ball coming in, DiMarco with a shot, but clearly was handled there by Tonali, who was inside the penalty box. DiMarco with the ball again, left-footed into the penalty box of AC Milan, and then that rolled all the way out. So it's going to be another corner kick after 25 minutes. The aggregate score at the moment, 2-0. International, if it stays this way, making it into the final to play against either Real Madrid or Manchester City.
Definitely, I think Inter Milan fans will be happy. You mentioned it at the start of the game, George. First time in the final. They could go to the final for the first time since 2010, emulating the likes of Zanetti, the likes of
Maicon. They had some great guys.
Great guys playing for them up front, and of course led by Jose Mourinho.
Diego Milito. It was an interesting final there, that in 2010 when they beat Bayern. Of course, since we are on this, we have to talk about it. Our own Suleimantari as well. Ghana Suleimantari was also in that mix and to ensure that they won the Champions League.
Absolutely.
It was,
yes.
Very great times and very good times as well when you could watch Suleimantari win the Champions League with International and what Michael Essien win the Champions League with Chelsea.
Yes.
And it went on. And then further back in the 90s, of course, in 92, Abedi Pele winning it with Marseille. Some very, very good times there for Ghanaian football. Hopefully we're going to get back to that. But ball down to the right-hand side, and he tried to dribble and take it away from everybody. It's going to be a very interesting one today down here. Brahim Diaz as well. Some very good starts all in there. And Messias went down the right-hand side, came down a little challenge. And that's clearly been picked up by the referee.
Definitely. And I think for AC Milan, the message is clear as well. From the instructions are clear from Pioli. Is to get that ball into the box and try and find the big man up front to maybe try and head it back into the 6-yard box or 18-yard box as well. And maybe someone's going to be there to, put it in the back of the net. But the instructions are clear. Go round the outside, via the flanks, and try and put in crosses for the big man.
27 minutes and 13 seconds under the lights at the Giuseppe Meazza, that's the name. As we can call it, a San Siro as well. Right-footed into the penalty box, and it's been nodded out by the International defence. It's Simeone Inzaghi standing over with his suits and white shirts to match, issuing hand-sketching patterns in the air, trying to, organise this International side to make sure that they are not really hit by Paoli, who is trying to do a good job down at the other dugout, and that ball has gone across the halfway line as they try to build up. Really, really interesting with the kind of thinking that Paoli has come into this game with, knowing that he's down by 2-0.
Yes, absolutely. He had to switch it up. He had to come up with something new, a different plan. I think what he tried to do in the first leg kind of faded out, because they conceded two quick goals.
It backfired, easily.
It backfired very quickly, so that plan had to be thrown out the window when they just had to try and get back into the game as quick as possible.
There we have it. 29 minutes approaching. And remember, guys, we're building up to the final, the UEFA Champions League. And like we do it in grand style at Multimedia, we definitely are coming your way with Hits FM Repio Jesse. That'll take place at Aviation Social Centre. It's bigger, better. We will watch the final on, like we say, on a gargantuan screen, huge screen. Have fun all through the day, and the climax is in there. You want to join us for that? The build-up is very much on, and the reason why we've got a whole huge Hits FM party on, and we're going and we're supporting them all the way. So we're very excited about that coming up. Now there was a corner kick, International. Wonderful ball into the penalty box of AC Milan. Not entirely cleared out. Mkhitaryan handed it over again. It's gone to him. Di Marco hits a shot and it's headed out there by Olivier Giroud, who's caught defending. Ball has come in from Acerbi. Acerbi hands it over to Bastoni. Bastoni hits a shot. Clearly red again. International latch onto it again. Barella is looking for it. Twisting and turning. Still has the ball. Then lays it out nicely, Acerbi. And it rolls all the way back in there to Damian. Damian with the ball for International. Now he hits a long one with yellow boots across down a diagonal to the edge of the penalty box of AC Milan. Loaded back into it. Controlled on the chest by Lautaro Martinez. Hits a shot. Camps off. His man standing in there. Krunic was right in his way. Cannoned off. And it's going to be a throw-in.
Yes, it looks like Inter Milan now are taking control of the game. They're having more possession, enjoying more chances, creating a bit more, finding Lautaro Martinez, putting in a lot of crosses there with Di Marco on the left-hand side and Dumfries on the right-hand side. But Inter Milan are looking like they're taking a bit more control of this game now.
It's been a very, very interesting one there for International. As they try to seek this one, it's been quite tight. They've been knocked out consecutively 3 times from the round of 16, so it's a very good plus that they were able to make it through, and this time they ran all the way to the semi-finals. That in itself is big for both sides, because since they made the final in 2007, on 5 occasions AC Milan have been knocked out at the round of 16 stage, and they've only been able to make it all the way through it. An interesting way it started. They finished second in the group, against Chelsea.
Yes.
And they had an interesting game against the Spurs. And then they managed to beat Napoli. That was the most surprising result for everyone. That you look at the form of Napoli and the form of AC Milan, you pair both, and AC Milan really had to go with Napoli.
I think that was the biggest surprise, to be honest. Everyone expected Napoli to just cruise past AC Milan, but they created a real surprise to go and beat one of the favourites of this season.
Yeah, favourites of the season. Napoli will beat themselves, even though it's a huge feat. Don't take it away from them. Winning the Scudetto for a 3rd time, huge. Last time that happened was with Maradona all the way in the 80s. So definitely it's a big feat for them.
Absolutely.
But somewhere in their hearts, they'll say, like Arsenal will say, we could have won it.
Exactly.
Napoli will say, we could have.
Yes.
Maybe gone further in the Champions League.
They definitely could have done that. I think seeing Napoli in the Champions League final would have confirmed their great form of this season.
Yeah, it appears, if you're joining us, there are no goals to tell you about here, but it appears that International have what it takes to handle that. Dumfries went down very, very low. There was a high boot from Hernandez. So you tell me, was that boot even high, or Dumfries was overzealous and went so low?
I think it was a bit of both. I don't think the boot really touched Dumfries' head, and I think he knows it as well. But it's definitely not intentional from Hernandez. I think it was a 50-50 challenge for me.
Yeah, as we make the point, at some point as well in history, Pelli was the International coach, if you do remember, between 2016 and 2017 when he took over from Frank de Boer. Had a bit of time there. Rav Leao's been giving instructions there by his head coach, and they'll be hoping that he can turn on the fire. But really, it's been calm, and it almost feels like Inter Milan have AC Milan where they want them. They are not quite overly troubling them at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. They don't have to attack. They occasionally create some chances, but Inter Milan do not have to attack. They don't have to score a goal. If it happens that they score a goal, it will be an ideal situation for them, because they can just defend for the rest of the game and defend their lead. So it's a great situation to be in for Inter Milan.
Well, yes, they don't have any problems at all. Interesting, over the weekend, as a long ball straight into the penalty box, but that's been handled very well by Maignan. And he's keeping that ball in his gloves, decides to release that to João. João steps out of his 18-yard box and hits the ball back to the left-hand side. Tonali's calling for it. They decided then to go for Brahimi Diaz. Diaz with a pass out there to Calabria. Calabria turns out back to Diaz. Ball taken by Tonali. Tonali to Diaz again. Diaz will find Krunic. Krunic for AC Milan, left-footed. Decides to go down and square to pick Tomori. Tomori side-foots this, but nobody was reading that. The ball went through the channel, but I think it was just a bit too fast. And I'm not sure Rafael Leao really knew that was coming.
Yeah, he didn't really see it coming there. I could see the combination that we're trying to do. Tomori tried to hit it into Giroud, and that was the trigger for Leao to try and make that run in behind, to try for someone to try and hit it over the top for him, maybe. A bit of a miscommunication there.
There's a point that you make. I just have to add, guys, if you're joining us, remember that we're live on Hits 103.9 FM. We're live on Joy 99.7 FM, and we're proud because we're so excited that Azar Paints are keeping us all the way through since the beginning of our commentary this season, and we're certainly going to be coming away with more. I know Azar is going to stick with us. Also to tell you that the Joy Sports team at the moment is at the Bayview Village, Atomic Junction. Drive past and save yourself all the traffic for now. Let's get to watch the game and hear from you at halftime. We're excited with that. And let me add that tomorrow as well we'll be at Oliver Twist in Latibia to bring you the Manchester City versus Real Madrid game. As a pass out there to Krunic. Krunic controls that inside the centre circle. AC Milan are looking to find something. Brahimi Diaz, ball taking away from him. Diaz left it out there. Mkhitaryan latches onto that over the halfway line into the centre circle. Tries to dummy a man. It's got in there, and there was no way Krunic brought him down. And referee Clement Turpin had to really point out there, and he says it's a free kick.
Yes, very, very good free kick. One there by Henrik Mkhitaryan. Tried to turn out in the centre circle, brought down by Krunic. AC Milan with a bit of mistakes, losing the ball a bit too much for my liking, trying to find meticulous passes in the final third, but they can't quite get to their man a little bit, which leads to them losing the ball very often, and that creates counter-attacking opportunities for Inter.
And that's an important point that you make. I was just going to add as well, the reason why AC Milan are real royalty in this competition, it's amazing that in the 9 semi-finals they've been able to win 8 of them. If they don't change this, it will look like it's going to be 8 in 10.
Yeah, that's definitely.
That's if they don't change it. Let's see if they can. They've got opportunity here. The last time the two sides met, AC Milan managed to go through on away goals rules. Now there are no away goals rules. It's all about the day. And Internacional have that lead and win by 2 goals to 0. So it's all up to AC Milan to react. Diaz with a pass out down to the right-hand side. Leao was looking to get back onto it. Diaz picks it up again, and that ball has gone further back out. Hernandez looking for it. Ball comes into the penalty box. Nodded out. Nodded further back out. Referee Clement Turpin points out something. I think the players are almost frustrated, but the referee has had a huge part to play in the game already, Messiahs, with that cross. And of course, you look at the header that was coming in, and everything that went on right in there. Players are getting a bit frustrated.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those games where we're going to see more we're going to see more of the players arguing with the ref than actually playing football, because there's so many stops and so many fouls being made. So we're going to see more of that, I think.
I know, because like 2 Italian guys, 2 Italian sides playing. What do you expect? Well, maybe you needed a referee like Clement Turpin to stand in the gap and to get things sorted out. It could be very, very draining on such a day where you know that AC Milan need a result badly. And a very good shot of the man we're talking about, Romelu Lukaku. Sometimes when you think about it, he left Chelsea.
Yes.
And Chelsea were almost relegation favourites. So almost going to be part of the relegation battle. Here he is in a semi-final, looking to get back into the Champions League final. Really, really good.
Yes.
For his career. Leao picks up the ball down there, the left-hand side. AC Milan have a chance now. Twisting and turning. Leao with the ball, and Leao with a wonderful shot, but that went across the face of goal. That easily could have been the first goal there. Leao with a wicked left foot. It really didn't work out there, but very good effort.
This is what he can do. We talked about him being a talisman, creating something out of nothing, and here he is doing just that. Gets away from Darmian. Darmian's on the floor, and with one little move, he gets away from Acerbi. Brilliant move as we're seeing it here, and the ball just flirts with the far post. That was a very, very good opportunity from Leao, and we're looking to see more of that.
Yeah, think about that. He went with a left foot. That was even the thing. He was almost losing balance, but he still managed to get a left foot on it, and with some kind of power, just lacked a bit of direction.
Absolutely. This is what he can do. Something out of nothing in a matter of seconds.
38 minutes approaching inside the San Siro. Under the lights, we're in the San Siro district, it's called, and so the stadium itself is the Mieza, which is a place almost like a shrine for football in Italy.
Yes.
Amazing. I have not been there before.
Neither have I, and I think anyone that goes to Milan who's a football fan, it has to be on your bucket list.
Yeah, it has to be. It's amazing. It's a place we have to go to.
Yes, definitely.
It's a very fantastic place. From what we see and what we hear, it's a great place to be. If you have the chance to go to Italy, certainly you'll be looking out for the San Siro. That's a very good place to be. Tonight they've got to do the job here, though. 2-0. And big thank you to Azar Pains for bringing us commentary. Right into there, wonderful shot, almost getting into the post, and that could have been very, very dangerous for AC Milan. What a wonderful, wonderful free kick constructed.
I'll tell you what, I was seeing that ball going in. It was whipped in perfectly with so much pace. I don't know how Maignan managed to save that. Again, I think it hit his hand and his face at the same time. It hits both of his arms. Yeah, that's how quick the reaction was. Yeah. But it was an amazing save from the goalkeeper. Again.
Yeah. That was a wonderful, wonderful header coming in. It was a Çalhanoğlu with that great header. 39 minutes, loaded into the penalty box again. Controls that well, tries to 10. And that ball comes in from Dzeko straight again to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan with a pass out there. Çalhanoğlu sends it out again. Dzeko with the ball comes into the penalty box as they try to set themselves out. Will this be a corner kick in the end? Hands have gone up. Referee Clement Turpin really obliges, and it's going to be a corner kick going in. 40 minutes approaching at the moment of the San Siro, and Internazionale are just beginning to show us the urgency that we wanted to see. That would have been a very good goal if it went in.
It looked like Bastoni got a little deflection on it. That's how fast and how quick the ball was travelling. But again, amazing save from the goalkeeper, Mike Maignan. That's why AC Milan brought him in, to make saves like that and show his reactions.
Maignan with a good one there. Corner kick effected into the penalty box now. Nodded out by AC Milan. Hit back into it by Barella. Touched that nicely. Lautaro Martinez. Another shot with a left foot. And this time it was high, wide and rising. And obviously not the kind of target he was looking for.
Again, Inter Milan very close there. Creating more and more opportunities for themselves. And you can just see Lautaro just slips as he wants to take the shot with his left foot. But it was a good opportunity created for themselves once again.
Ball loaded out into the area now. Center circle stuff there. Just trying to handle it. Barella's back onto it for Internazionale. That controls that and hits that all the way further back to his goalkeeper, Onana, who has seen some very, very good times this season. He's been on the radar. He's not been bad at all. He's had his own issues in his career, but obviously it's good. It's easy for us to say the storm is over.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's had his fair share of adversities in his career. Yeah. You know, the incident at Ajax and the incident with the Cameroon national team at the World Cup. Yeah. But he managed to bounce back from that, get a move to Inter Milan, and he's doing well for himself.
Very, very well. At the moment, I think Internazionale have a slight issue. Is that Mkhitaryan I saw on the pitch just confirmed that?
I think it is, yes.
Yeah, Mkhitaryan on the pitch again, but another view of exactly what Lautaro Martinez was doing with that shot. He had the clear view there. If a goal went in, it was going to be very difficult for AC Milan to come back. One of the things the AC Milan faithful are hoping doesn't happen. But let's see if Mkhitaryan can actually continue this game.
It looks like he picked up something there. I don't quite know what it is yet. He's getting some treatment on the pitch there from the medical team, but Inzaghi will have to come up with something. Maybe, as a precaution, maybe take him out. It looks like it's his thigh. Lautaro Martinez just, signaling to the bench that he's okay. He's up again and
okay. Mkhitaryan
should be fine.
Mkhitaryan is definitely getting himself ready. Live on Joy 99.7 FM as we come. And so it's going to be very interesting to see how these things actually pan out there. But it will be tough. It will be interesting when it goes out. Will there be a need somehow? It's only 3 minutes, and I think the approach will be try and keep the guys right there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we could see that on the touchline. Brozovic was actually getting ready to come on, and I think the coaching staff was telling him to get ready. But I think Mkhitaryan is doing well as he's on the ball right now, so he should be fine.
Added bit here in terms of what we've got for the man we're talking about, Onana. Here you made the point about I think Mkhitaryan can continue.
Well, he's gone down again and he's shaking his head, so I don't know what the solution's going to be. Yes, Brozovic is going to come on now. I think that's been confirmed. Mkhitaryan is slightly limping off the pitch.
What are you going to be missing from Mkhitaryan if he's not there? Probably some more constructive passes, some technical reading of the game. Looking at Brozovic coming in, Brozovic may be more of the strength, the grit coming into it rather than the brain.
Absolutely.
Of Mkhitaryan.
Absolutely, you're spot on there. I think Brozovic is more of a reserved player. He's more of someone who's going to sit back in the number 6 role, control the game, dictate the game from deep, spread passes left and right. Mkhitaryan is more of the brain. He can carry a ball from box to box, from his own box to the opponent's box, find the final pass and try and make an assist maybe. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to fill that role now. It looks like it's going to be Çalhanoğlu.
Çalhanoğlu has to step up now because Barella is already doing the box-to-box stuff. Let's see if Internacional can deal with it. But obviously, Brozovic is a very, very, very experienced man. And Onana picks up the ball again. I just tell you about it again. He is the first Inter Milan goalkeeper to record 7 clean sheets in a single Champions League season.
That's remarkable.
That's remarkable.
That's very remarkable.
You love the stories, don't you? Dumfries with the ball then for Internacional, trying to drive his way through. Brahim Diaz takes the ball away from him. Hernandez with a pass back to Diaz. Diaz is found to Leao. Leao with it back to Diaz. Leao picks it up again. Diagonal to the edge of the penalty box. Inter Milan loaded into the penalty box. Clipped nicely. Diaz has a chance to hit a shot. Cannons of Krunic nicely nodded back in again. Dzeko with a leg. He's still looking to get through the channel. Not as fast as he was before. Leao controls the ball down the left-hand side now. Allows the ball to bounce. Dumfries goes over him and knocks it out for a throwing goal the way of AC Milan. 44 minutes and 28 seconds under the lights inside the San Siro district. Of course, Italiano stuff going on here. Theo Hernandez starting over it now. It's going to be a throwing goal the way of AC Milan as they try to see if they can get at least a goal. That would be really good if they can.
Yeah, I think the mission now is to get a goal before half-time. I don't know how many minutes we're going to have of additional time, but the mission is going to be to get at least one goal.
Throwing effected, loaded into the penalty box. Nobody getting quite over it. Lautaro couldn't get over it. And Tomori smashed the ball. Tomori deep into the penalty box. Is headed out by Bastoni. Controlled again as Internacional have an opportunity. Almost running faster than the ball there. He needed to speak and take time. Çalhanoğlu. Ball is off to the left. Now he'll look to find his man. Calling for it. Acerbi has made the run, turned out, looking for the pass, but he's spending a lot of time deciding what to do next. And then in the end, went for goalkeeper Onana. We are doing 3 minutes of added-on time.
3 minutes, that's going to be enough for AC Milan, maybe to try and get a goal, maybe to try and find something. But at the same time, if Inter Milan manage to get the ball, I think they will just keep it. And if they can go attack like they do now, they will try and create something.
Left-hand side, loads the ball to the penalty box. Oh, that's a big mistake that Dumfries gets over it now. Couldn't quite control it, and the ball's been taken away from him. Rafael Leao then in turns for AC Milan now. Couldn't quite take the ball up from him. Tonali also tried to lift the ball over. Clement Turpin turns and sets an infringement, obviously going the way of AC Milan, and they'll be very happy about it. So if you're joining us, there are no goals to tell you about. It's 2-0 on aggregate in this UEFA Champions League semi-final second leg between Internacional and AC Milan. It's also known as the Derby della Madonnina. That's it in Italian, obviously. It was good to tell you as well, last season we all know AC Milan managed to win Scudetto. That was good for him as well.
Yes.
Pioli winning the Coach of the Year award. In the process, Internacional were not too far back in that one, but the Scudetto has been won very early this year. Napoli is settling with a number of games to go. They could have even done that earlier than they did.
Yes, and I think it's a positive thing for Italian football. And a fun fact maybe is that since Juventus last won the league has been won by respectively Inter Milan, AC Milan, and now Napoli, which is something good for Italian football in the league that has been so heavily dominated by Juventus in the past decade now.
Yes. That's good. The only disappointment from the old lady's point of view that in making the Champions League final twice, in 2015 lost to Barcelona and then lost to Real Madrid.
Yes.
They will not be very happy about it. And then again, I think that the next year Madrid won. I think in 2018 en route to that they lost to Madrid in the semi-final again. Courtesy goals from Ronaldo. Ronaldo single-handedly stopped Juventus from winning all of that. So it's good to see some Italian delight, obviously, from the Champions League side of things. Ball into the penalty box. Nobody saw that, and that was going to be getting out of it very quickly. And we were trying to get back over it. So, yes. It's a quick one. I thought Giroud was going to get back on that one, but definitely it looks like we're going to be ending this first half with nothing. No goals at the moment. It's very, very controlled. What do they need to do to send it up a notch? Maybe I'll let you answer the question at halftime when referee Clement Turpin blows. What really do they need to do, AC Milan? Because they have to be on the offensive. We've seen the chance from Leao, but certainly not enough if you want to score a goal.
I think at this point, it's all about the mental side of the game. I think the tactical side of the game and the physical side of the game, they're always going to be there. but the mental side of the game is going to count a lot, especially in a game like this. I think it's just going to be a question of throw everything you have and try and find Leao, try and find Giroud up top, and they can create something out of nothing.
And just as you spoke, referee Clement has ended the first half as goalless between International and AC Milan, and really it means that Inter Milan still have the advantage. 2-0 they won in the first leg, and well, don't know how to call this one, but well, a few words from Magnon to referee Clement. I would imagine they're speaking French.
Yeah, absolutely, I was just going to say it.
Yeah, they're speaking French both. Just not happy with one or two things, but obviously it ends after 45 minutes in this important second leg UEFA Champions League semi-final. Goalless between AC Milan and Inter Milan, and means Inter Milan still have the advantage. Just a quick words, so we head on to Gary.
Yes, I think it was a very good first half. I think both teams had their fair share of chances. AC Milan took control of the game a bit more at the start as they were trying to get that quick goal. Couldn't quite find it, so the tempo dropped a little bit. Inter Milan managed to take control of the game a little bit, create one or two chances. Unfortunately, lost Mkhitaryan in the first half due to a slight injury. Brozovic came on to replace him. So we'll see what happens in the second half. This promises to be a very fiery one. I expect AC Milan to come out in the second half and go all guns blazing.
Aaron Sakai alongside me in commentary position at the end of 45 minutes. Gary Al-Sweet, no goals to tell you about. We are not happy about that. I'm sure the fans who are listening in are not certainly happy about it. To all of you on Hits 103.9 FM across affiliates in Ghana and around the world on myjoyonline.com. We are so excited to bring you this anyway. But I'll be heading straight to the Bayview Village in Atomic Junction. Just around Atomic Junction, Nathaniel Arthur is standing by. Nat, how is it going there?
This game, Inter Milan took the charge and went ahead by 2-0. They're still guarding it very jealously and are looking very purposeful up. But let's see how all of it goes. We've got some friends here who is joining for the viewing of this game. We'll be asking their thoughts as we build up to the second half of the game. But of course, I'm here with the rest of the members of the team. Muftau Nabila Abdullah is here. Muftau, 45 minutes of action, and it's just been, still looking like Inter Milan.
Yes, indeed. It looks like Inter Milan. A city divided, so you expected it to be very cagey, as we saw within the first 45 minutes of this contest. Two teams that have got some contrasting history in the UEFA Champions League. The last time AC Milan were in the final, that was 2007, if my memory serves me right.
2007, yeah.
Yeah, when they came up against Liverpool. Filippo Inzaghi scoring 2 goals in the grand finale. Inter Milan in 2010 against Bayern Munich. Diego Milito scoring 2 goals in that final as well. So, yeah, tonight, rivalry reunited. With a divided city, we are, however, united here to watch UEFA Champions League football. So, some fans are here to speak to us
very well
about what they've witnessed so far. Good evening, your name?
Calvin is my name.
Calvin. Within the first 45 minutes, tell us, where do you think this tie is headed?
I think Inter, from what I've seen so far, even though AC Milan, had been dominating, and I believe Inter has decided to sit back because they have the lead, so they can allow AC to, have the ball, and as long as it's not threatening, it's okay with them. But they've made a. But I do see AC Milan coming up with a goal in the second half.
Muftau, just before he continues, I realized he's wearing, a Manchester City shirt. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're a City fan, isn't it?
Of course. All in my blood. My blood is blue.
No, we'll talk about the game tomorrow, but just wrap up on what you were talking about on the contest between the two teams.
Yes, so I do see a goal coming in from AC Milan, and it will be interesting. It will give the game a little bit more life because it's very tight at the moment, and we understand why. But if a goal comes from AC Milan, then we will see a better competition. But if it comes from Inter, then that's game over. Yeah, I believe. And yeah, many predicted Inter and City in the final, so it would just be prophecy coming to.
Is that your prediction as well?
I think so. Is a tall mountain for AC Milan to climb, I think. If they do, it will be very surprising. If Inter goes through, it will be expected. Yeah, and because many of us predicted that it will be Man City and Inter Milan.
I think your prediction, Manchester City making it to a grand finale, is because you're a Manchester fan.
Well, that's one. I believe if I ask you the best, if you're not one of those, if you're not a Real Madrid fan or one of those fans, it's got to be City. City plays, better football, has a better team than even last year. We did have a better team than, others. We were just unlucky to not have, gone through in the semi-final. I mean, I know Pep have bet saying he doesn't want to hear revenge, but this will be a sweet revenge. I think it will be. We are waiting for Real Madrid at the Etihad tomorrow.
Waiting for Real Madrid tomorrow. That is going to be the second leg of the semi-final contest between Real Madrid and Manchester City in the UEFA Champions League. But tonight, we are here at Bayview Villa. Wherever you are, do join the Joy Sports team. We are doing partnership with DSTV. They have made it possible. European football is over DSTV. There isn't any other platform for you to enjoy European football other than DSTV. Mr. Ato.
Well, we're still building up to the second installment of the game. And as the situation stands now, just like you were discussing, it's just looking like, Inter Milan are more purposeful up front. Obviously, AC Milan have had a few chances which they failed to bury. And 45 minutes is a lot of time in football, but it can be very, very limited time, especially considering the way, Inter are spreading themselves out, taking most of the chances and ensuring that they have a lot of possession of the ball as well. And Jose Mourinho, who's the last man.
Mr. Ato,
yes.
In the UEFA Champions League, and I will take you back to 2005. This is a competition that was, and it's always possible. 2005, Liverpool versus AC Milan in that grand finale.
I remember
and then
very well.
There was the Roma versus Barcelona.
Very well.
2008. Roma was going to beat Barcelona in progress. And then there was also versus Liverpool. So in the UEFA Champions League, never
never say never. However, okay, so let's just push you a little bit, Muftau. Are you leaning towards an AC Milan comeback tonight? Just like last weekend, Danny K was leaning towards a Manchester City comeback.
City. Actually, I've got a certain soft spot for AC Milan, maybe because of nostalgia. Because if you look at the AC 204, 205, 206, the likes of Clarence Seedorf, Gilardino, Filippo Inzaghi,
and my man Gattuso, who wore the number 8 jersey.
That was the AC Milan. Not this AC Milan that we are watching, but there's that possibility that AC Milan, they've got what it takes to pull through and make it to the final of the competition. 2 goals, it takes just a second to make a game. And within that second, when there's a goal, within a minute, you can have 2 goals. And the tie will be up.
All right. Another thing which is of great concern, especially as we get into the second installment, will be the switching of roles on the pitch and even introducing some players as well. In the first leg, we saw the likes of Romelu Lukaku get introduced for the Inter Milan side, and it sort of solidified their campaign up front. What do you expect to happen tonight in terms of the switches from the bench?
I think tonight AC Milan have been very good. Last week they made mistakes within the first 15 minutes, and that's why the game was over within the first 15 minutes of that tie. But tonight they've been very solid. They've been able to cover the spaces, and that is why the tie is still the way we've seen it so far. So I think that if there's going to be changes, that would impact how AC Milan or Inter Milan will approach the final 45 minutes of this tie. It has to do with the agency. I think the agency is rather going to be one thing that would impact, and not necessarily the personnel in this game.
Well, let's see how the game is impacted. But as it's looking, Inter Milan are flying high, have had the better in terms of possession. They've had the better of chances as well. What now remains is to see if we're going to see any goals. Question is, where are the goals going to come from? And
maybe Loris might have an idea where the goals will be coming from, Loris.
I think AC Milan need a spark in attack, and to get that going, there's a certain player who was involved in the last big comeback in a stage like this in the Champions League, Divock Origi. We saw him last week when he came on. He tried to create some impressions in the game, but then with the kind of way AC Milan are playing, I don't think they've involved their wingers so much in the game. They need to get Rafael Leao more on the ball. You will say that they are not getting him more on the ball because Matteo Darmian is staying close to him. That is one aspect of Darmian's game, to take out his opponent from the game. But then this is a Rafael Leao who doesn't fear taking on opponents. So get Rafael Leao more in the game. Bring on Divock Origi, who will make more runs in the box and then cause havoc for defenders. I think that should be an option for Stefano Pioli to counter.
Well, Stefano Pioli has a lot of technical advice to get from Loris here. And so we're going for the remaining part of the action. And so would hand over back to the studio.